Hello everyone, welcome to game number 1 between Tactical Feed and Mallow Oats up here in the A division. Cat, please. Um, Literally the second the cat starts hearing me talking excitedly, it's like, oh, you're talking excitedly? You want to come talk to me? You want me to be around? And I'm like, no, I actually don't. But as you can see, we have a whole bunch of map bands up here in front of you for your perusal. We did go ahead and have Tactical Feed won the coin toss, decided to go for first pick. So Mallow Oats does end up with map pick. They are going to be taking us to Baraxis Holdout. But before we get there, we did go ahead and have Cursed Hollow and Sky Tipple banned out by Tactical Feed. Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity banned out by Mallow Oats. This is one of my favorite maps to guess. A lot of people hate this map because a lot of people are wrong, but I happen to adore this map, mainly because I'm an offlaner, and this is like the super big offlaner yay map. Unfortunately, this is a map where a fall stat and other globals are very high priority, because being able to go up into the top lane and disbalance the fight is very important. Come on, just let your solo laners have fun. Let us fight over the point. I love fighting over this point because I'm really good at it. I got a fever, and the only prescription is killing the other solo laner. Be going into it in just a second. Other than the big priorities you see on this map, like I said, are globals. Additionally, Rexxar is very prominent on this map, and because of that, Rexxar's counters, Deathwing and Hera, also end up making a surprise appearance at times. We'll go ahead and get into the draft right about now. Get ready for it because we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They said starting, and they were supposed to. There we go. I try to be cool, and I'm bad at it. Gosh dang it, camera? Camera, why are you... Maybe it's actually been like that the whole time. Let's go ahead and erase some of this right picture. Get that nice and out of there. You guys don't need to see that. I swear the camera keeps, like, having to be zoomed in more and more in order to keep it, like, keep the illusion going correctly. I got a need for offlaner. I don't know what voice that was, actually. That's the problem. I try and use my full vocal range every once in a while, and it scares people. Pseudo Varian being the first band, as well as Anduin. The Rin Trins are no longer... Actually, I just call them twins. They're definitely not twins. This is not Arkansas. I don't think that's possible. I don't think even in Arkansas you can have twins with one of them being the father, one of them being the mother. That's impossible. You can have someone that's like both a father-brother with some weird things, but not twins. Twins is a very specific definition. Why am I talking about this? I have gotten very far off the deep end already, and there we do have the Rexxar. Just saying that right out there, not going to try and counterpick. It's just going to be like, get out of my map. And the JoJo. So, a little bit of a tank choke, but a tank choke by different sides, so probably not super effective. And now we have the actual pull-in. The question is, who are we going to see? Who are we going to do? The bands are interesting. I like talking about bands, but I really like talking about the picks. So, very interesting to see who we see. Beldroth is going to go ahead and take that Junkrat first and foremost. This is a great map for him. Very small area. Easy to be booped around. Alright, Dirk. Every single time I see his name, I just think of, like, those comics with the... submachine gun. If you know what I'm talking about, well then get a better, I don't know. Sorry, having to come and do things. Blaze Offline, interesting. Is this a good map for Blaze? I mean, he does have some self-sustain, but I feel like his charge is so dependent on hitting the charge that he's kind of runs into the Leoric problem of just if you sidestep one time, suddenly you're losing the lane terribly. Boom Boy just going to take the Gary. And then the old man, Deckard Cain, coming out for Materium. I wonder if I can type in Cain and still get Deckard, because in game it just shows up as Deckard, not Deckard Cain. So I don't know if the program is actually designed for that. You took rid of the Zul'jin. Interesting. Zul'jin with a Junkrat? I mean, it's possible. It's not something I'd actually expect to see, but it's possible. The other nice thing about Braxis, if anyone hasn't thought about this, is that when you pick Braxis the map pick, you also guarantee yourself last pick, and it is such an offlane focused map. Get rid of the Chromemium. Chromemium? That's what I said. So we have both of our DPS coming out right now, most likely. I'm sure they will actually let their offlaner be the last pick. So we'll have to see who we end up seeing. Looking at it so far, I am a little concerned because Garage doesn't have any easy move speed so far. Decker can't make him go faster. They can make the other team go slower, which is almost the same thing, but not quite. Highmaker does go ahead and come in with that Greymane. And then they actually do have Saint Terminator locking the Dahaka, surprising. Kind of undoing one of the big reasons to pick this map, in my opinion. But you know what? That is a global. You can come back and just help gates. But it's like an opposite. It's an opposite gate. You come down to the 4-man, not having someone come up and gank the one person.
I stand ready.
Solidity is going to go and take the Vala. Super. So Vala versus Greymane, both super big DPS. And we are going to have D.Va going up against the Dahaka, it looks like. So our last damage, not going to be Chromie. Who are you going to go? You're going into a pretty somewhat squishy team. A dive would be good. I'm thinking maybe a Zeratul would do very, very well here. Kerrigan possibly in order to be able to jump in and pull them back. Maiev, always a good option. No, they do go with Kel'Thuzad. So with that, we do go to have our teams set up. Here they are, looking at the two. I do think I like Mallow Oats a little bit more, even though they went with Kel'Thuzad can definitely pull people together, and there's a lot of clumping on this map. I didn't really think of it, but it's a good pick. And on the other side, I worry about Garage's ability to really get up and actually hit the other team. But we're going into the game right now. Look forward to it. I'll get some gambling up there so you guys can put your points where your mouth is, and I'll see you guys in game. I keep saying I'm going to go and tell that thing not to auto-repeat, and I never remember to do it. Literally every single time. Whoopsie! But we are going into a Braxis holdout. The holdout where Braxis lives. We've got Team Murky versus Team Doggy Diablo. What? I don't even know what avatar that is. It's hilarious. I love it, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll ask them if we get to a winner's interview. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Spectrum, is that there's no cleanse on Decker. I didn't actually say that out loud, but there's a lot of potential here. It really comes down to the ability to engage. Anubra can stun them for days. Kel'Thuzad can pull them together and just dump damage. And of course, if you get any type of stun on someone with Greymane around, they just go ahead and flip. Garage is going to be a little bit hard to burn down, but everyone else just dies instantly. Thing is, Junkrat can stand behind the gates and hit almost the entire lane, so it's definitely not GG no re just yet. Especially since there would definitely be a re. I look forward to getting into this and finding out what we're going to see, what we're going to do, what we're going to do when they come for you. I should really stop singing. I'm not good at it, but I don't actually care that I'm not good at it. So I just kind of do it the whole time anyway. Doesn't even matter. Well, someone's taking a long time to load, and it looks like it's me. This happened last time too. I think I may need to like reinstall or uninstall some things. My computer is overloaded. First map it's a game, it just takes forever to come in, and it makes me feel bad. So here we come into the game right now. Thank you for waiting, everyone. I'm worth it. We do go ahead and have coming in on the blue side of the map, tactical feed. The um, boys in blue, the tenacious something. I don't even know. We do go ahead and have Broom Boy on the garage. Solidity is on that Bala. Valdroth is on Junkrat. Deckard being played by Ted Legrom. And who did I not say? Whereabouts on the Diva. On the other side, we do go and have Saint Terminator is on the Dahaka. Down below, we do have Dirk playing the Anubarak. Sol Skiddo is on the Stukov. Pie Maker is playing the Greymane. And then Crafty Devil, slightly AFK back at the port, is coming out here on KTZ. I installed a whole bunch of extra games on Steam. I think I may have messed something up. I think the things just may have too much loaded in now, and whoopsie, not the best. I also haven't brewed in a really long time, and that's probably a mistake. We do go ahead and have a initial engagement coming in. Look at our level 1 talents. We do go ahead and have Stroll of Identity. Interesting, not a normal talent I see here. And then Creed of the Hunter going the auto attack build on the Vala. Definitely wants maximum amounts of damage whenever they do go ahead and get someone caught down. But that is, of course, the Gambit talent, so that's a little bit scary. Especially with the blow-up potential of that KTZ. Up top, it does look like a relatively even trade out. Diva did go ahead and took Liquid Cooling. That is the better pick when you're stuck in one lane, but it does leave you feeling like you just get, yeah, this. Basically, it has you feeling like this. And of course, Dahaka also very good at the self-heal thing. And we have the first half kill of the game as the mech goes down. So we do got a Broom Boy taking a good bit of damage. Dark takes a good, but Solid is moving in. Dark is having to walk back, but Solid needs to watch out. Again, has that damn Gambit talent, so being in the front is very, very scary situation. But it does look like Dark is going to go ahead and sip from the cleansing waters of the Moonwell. I call it a Moonwell anyway. Deal with it. All right. There is a big root coming out on Durka. Looks like the first real kill of the game, but it looks like Broom Boy may be traded out. Right there, Pie Maker trying to steal them in there, but the rest of the team is falling back. That is going to, just barely miss being caught by that, but Pie Maker down to 40 health. The Junkrat is looking, and boom, there goes ahead and is that? Oh my god, did Vala already? Oh no, it's just the first 50. I was like, how the hell did you get 250 auto attacks by now? But still, 50 auto attacks by 2 minutes into the game is astounding. Really, really nice engage coming from the side of Tactical Feed. We have Feldroth moving in. A lot of amazing damage coming in. It's like up top, Diva's still struggling with this, but does have bomb available. Does come in here, but we have Pie Maker lurking in the shadows. And this is going to be a most likely dead Diva. Do we have a tongue coming out? A little tongue action. Here we go, here we go. Nope, not even necessary. Diva tried to juke, but jukes right into a swarm of locusts. And kind of just got bit to death. It was not pleasant. It wasn't pretty. In the land of the dead, she's Diva royalty. Alright, we do go to have Broom Boy. Broom Boy gets silenced. He's trying to run out of there, but very much a lot of damage. We do have Saint Terminator and Dirk right there. We have Dahaka come down into this fight. There is the tongue, and there is a dead Gary. 2 kills to 2 kills so far, but Dirk trying to move forward has a little bit of trouble with Solidarity. But there's a lot of damage. Greymane going in. They're trying to get this Gambit. They will not get it. Solidarity goes back behind the wall. It's going to be A-okay for right now. And there's Junkrat coming back. Crafty Devil. Not crafty enough and goes right back to hell, or at least the Nexus for another 17 seconds. Look, Ektar, here's all I'm going to say. The Banshee pilots are Night Elves, so where do you think that technology came from? Not all of them, but there's definitely a Night Elf Banshee commander. We do go and have Dirk goes and throws out. Very, very okay. But we do have this front wall going down on the side of Mallow Oats. Silence coming out on Broom Boy. Broom Boy having to back out of there. All right, we do go ahead and have. There's the throw. A Broom Boy does slightly miss the throw on Durkadurk. Unfortunate. Level 7 all so far. Up to 79 stacks. We did go ahead and have the Phylactery picked up 3 out of 12 so far. There is a nice double hit on the Dorito. Throw out happening on Materium. But Broom Boy in a lot of trouble is in the middle of the massive enemy team. Tongue lands, and we do have the Orc going down. 3 kills to 3 kills. Very even between both of these teams. Battle could definitely go either way. The stage is set. The green flag drops. Where's my rock and roll racing announcer? I have questions. I want to make a soundboard just for that. I just play while I'm casting. Won't get annoying at all. Won't confuse anyone. I promise. Up to 100 stacks on the Vala. The Valala. Alright, there's Pie Maker getting thrown out. A lot of damage onto the Sunubrak. There is a silence coming down, making sure that they can't actually get out. But I only see 3 people here. Where is Kel'Thuzad? Well, the Kel'Thuzad comes up, a Greymane goes down, and that is going to be a kill in favor of Tactical Feed. Meanwhile, up top, we do have a fight going on up there, and it looks like Whereabouts definitely not winning this engagement. Does go ahead and get out of there, but Saint Terminator definitely not going to be able to, or not being willing to give this up. Whereabouts is going back and forth. Alright, there's Durkadurk going back and forth. There is the stun at the same time as the bomb. A little bit of an anti-synergy there, I think. Throw in from the garage, but that puts Durkadurk right in position to go ahead and try and punish this Vala. Faldroth trying to get back on the Junkrat. Is going to be able to get out of there, but there is a lot of damage coming out of KT. Vala down here. Pie Maker wants this kill, but will not get it. But D.Va has retaken top point and is now just hitting the wall because Diablo Dahaka did move down. Vala doing a great job keeping her Gambit up, I've got to say. Has definitely been a priority some of these times. The positioning has been very good, despite me having some misgivings about it in the past. And we are going to go ahead. It looks like we'll have a Zerg wave for Tactical Feed in just a little bit. We do move up here and go in and get some Hellbats in order to help them out. Alright, here we have the ult out. Durkadurk takes a lot of damage from that, and we do have a taunt happening right here. Saint Terminator having a hard time. Dahaka does come down, but Dahaka does not get away, gets squished like the bug he actually legitimately is. And here comes the move in from the Zerg wave, as well as the Hellbats. Meanwhile, up top, D.Va is just doing work. There goes and uses the bomb in order to clear this out and just do extra damage in. Does not want to clear that, wants to go and take this out. That also goes ahead and lets D.Va use her more damaging baby D.Va form. Takes a couple of shots. Gets back in there right as the wave gets here. Great play. Exactly what you want to see. Looks like this will be secured. D.Va goes in and picks that up. Level 11 to level 12. Looking at the ult so far, we do have Isolation, Massive Shove, Cursed Bullet, Shadow Fissure, and Cocoon. On the other side, we do have Riptire, Stay a While, Warlord's Challenge, Strafe, and Micro Missiles. Durkadurk going to go ahead and check out this boss, find out everything's happening. But meanwhile, Dahaka in a lot of trouble, does go ahead and burrow. Does get caught by the Dorito as soon as he comes out. And we do have the third level 150 picked up for the D.Va. So with that, we do go and have Diva moving in. Diva going in and using Strafe in order to try and keep on Crafty Devil, but it looks like this will be a full retreat coming out of the side of Mallow Oats. Diva is moving down to take care of this one as it goes in and starts doing damage to the front wall. Everyone else kind of staying in here and helping to the assault. Molotov, you're not going to do it? You're not going to do it, are you? Coward. All right, we have the first actual kill onto Diva. Has lost the first of the is it 4 or 5 Gambit talents? Yep, 5. Okay, so down to 20% bonus attack speed. Broom Boy takes a lot of damage. This is the second one. Diva moved away, and all of a sudden our entire team, the re-engage is good. And we do go in and go up to 6 kills to 6 kills. Oats making quite a comeback right now. Crafty Devil just like face checks that bomb, the materium in the area. Will they be able to move in? They are all coming in right now for this fight. Jumping on the back line onto Crafty Devil, but I expect to see the KT ult come out in just a second. It is available. A lot of damage coming in. We do go ahead and have the Diva mech going down. There is the ult comes in and goes ahead and just stabs out. We do lose the Anubrak, but we get the Archangel. Archangel's moving up to the top, trying to take out the Moonwell of the tactical feed team. No, I'm just trolling. They will move in and get both of these. Where are you guys going? Where are you guys contesting? For a split second, it looked like they were going for the boss. I'm like, that's not going to work, friends. All right, Diva comes in from the back line. Broom Boy goes in and catches Durkadurk, trying to catch up with the new Brock. There is the stun. I think he may still have Burrow. Yep, does indeed have Burrow. There goes ahead and goes the Riptire. We have Dahaka right in the middle of everyone. Came in to try and help. Nice massive shove in order to make sure that nothing happened from there. But this is a superior engagement right now for Tactical Feed. But they are going in. Whereabouts goes in very, very deep. Just go ahead and get stunned. There is the hit from KTZ. A lot just resetting it as they go ahead and get KTZ very, very good and managed to hit these. It has had 2 free ones so far. All right, up to 2% channeled on the side of Mallow Oats. That's kind of a great statistic, actually. Map kind of devolving into a roaming van of 5v5. Dahaka is going to win the soak race because he does not have to stay with the 5. I can still be with them as soon as the 5 breaks out. Diva is moving up top. This could be a 5v4 if Dahaka burrows in. Does Dahaka have Burrow? Yes, it looks like it. There's the Durkadurk, but again, I think they should have. Yep, I was going to say they should have that. So we're still going back here. Looks like we do want to have more progress happening on the side of Tactical Feed. There is a attempted to re-engage right now. Dahaka is in the area looking for that tongue. Dagger Kane goes ahead and escapes via the top. And there we have 200 stacks for the Vala. lot of Broom Boy fans in chat. There's another great push away in order to nullify the Diva mech. Now I'll show them. There's a lot of damage coming in. It does look like we're going to have Whereabouts getting knocked out of the mech. Right on top of them, Greymane wants this kill, but there is the great Riptire coming in, catching 2 people. We do have Dahaka going down. Crafty Devil and Durka do not have enough health, but neither does Vala. Vala goes down for a second time. Is down to 15% bonus attack speed with that death. We do go and have a move in. They are looking for more stuff. 4 versus 3. This is a advantageous fight for Mallow Oats at the moment, but they can't send anyone top or they lose their advantage. Dahaka will have Burrow as soon as he respawns. But it does look like they went ahead and stick KT up there. KT has a pseudo global in terms of 1 ability. Dahaka is back in the field and it's in there. There is the tongue. Tongue comes in. There is the taunt burrow. Taunt burrow, yeah, that's a new ability. All right, a lot of damage coming in the Vila. The silence comes down, and Diva Mech is no longer a thing. Once again, there's another. Oh, does avoid that. No instant cooldown on that one, but it's still not a long cooldown too. Regardless, there is a Broom Boy getting a lot of damage. We do have the Dahaka moving in. Does not actually get anything, and it looks like Decker Kane does go down. I thought that was Vala for a second. Can't say anything about the questing talent, but I can say something about this 100% Zerg wave that is now unlocked on the side of Mallow Oats. Chat said they have no idea where the Oats damage is to secure kills. They've got Greymane. I came over here just to confirm, but like Greymane is super good at bursty damage. That's like his whole kit. All right. Oh, Crafty Devil. That is a bad. Someone just had a bad day. Someone just going ahead and start and unlock Sands. Probably shouldn't make that reference. There may be people who haven't played the game. Whoops. Meanwhile, though, the Zerg wave on the other side to make it all the way to core has made it through shields. The core is down to 90%. They did not respect the 60% Zerg wave and push with it. That was definitely probably not the wisest thing they could have done, because definitely the top lane is just going to push forever at this point. We do go ahead and have tactical feed in the middle. Going to go and pick this arch angle as soon as they can. Once again, though, they do need to be very careful of KT's ult, because we have to try and turn this in. It is terrifying. Slightly mistimed, though, and they do go in and get the Archangel this time. Durka has almost no health. Does go ahead and go down, but is traded out for both Diva and Garage. That is actual Diva, by the way, not Diva Mech. They're going to have to go back and deal with this Archangel, most likely. Does at least go the lane that's actually defended. Meanwhile, the remaining 3 members are going to be relatively okay. They can see all 5 members of the enemy team with the Archangel, so they know they are okay to pick up these camps. Put more and more pressure, especially pressure on this top lane that's already pushed to heck. So with that, we'll have to go ahead and see everyone start moving in, start taking all this stuff out. Dahaka will move up and go and try and take care of the top lane. Are coming up in about 15 seconds. Definitely going to have to be a top lane priority on the side of Mallow Oats, because they cannot leave that lane unattended. They actually go ahead and take this out first. It looks like that was a bit of a... Because I thought they'd go top 2, and that's where the fight ended up happening. Or that was the fight was expected. All members of the other team went up top. Boomboy sitting in the bush, waiting for them to try and move through. All right, there's another great Junkrat, moving them right off the point. Remain in the edge, clearing this out. Looking through, looking for a good engage, looking for something to actually move in. There is a stay a while that actually misses. There is a instant reset on the Kaothon's ult as a result of it. Level 20, that was a 3-person bind, but we do go ahead and have the D-Mech on the D.Va. The D.Va does go down. Oh, did they not take the upgraded one? They did not. They took Cannonball. They are without D.Va for as long as it will take to progress this one. We do have Dahaka moving bottom just to make sure no one tries for a backdoor. It looks like the entire enemy team is staying up. This is 4 versus 4, and of course Dahaka can come right back anytime they want.
Red team's core is under attack.
We're second damage is down to 64%. Does have 3 catapults. Looks like Boomboy will be taken out though. They went ahead and committed to it, but the core is down to 50%. That will stop the bleeding, but someone needs to go back and do it. It looks like Dahaka did go ahead and hearth back. And Vala is cocooned. Vala's going to go ahead and die in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Great use of the impaling spikes in order to hit the Junkrat and knock out that ult.
Red team has destroyed control.
Dahaka has gone bottom lane. Does not have to worry about top. Top is definitely going to be stopped here for a little bit. They are through the fort, looking at the keep wall right now. 3 very healthy Guardians and and several Hydras. Hydras are really what to do the damage on this map, so... Vala's still good, dead for another 20 seconds. Probably should not be able to end here, but if they can get a pick off, that may change. There is, oh, great, actually there's a pick off. It's on Deckard, so that may not mean anything. That is going to hit their sustain, but not their damage potential. All right, did you get the stick off? Both healers down. This actually may end up being a anti. We're down to 32%. King Terminator is almost gone, as is Greymane. We are left with only a new Brock. We're down to 5%, 4%, 3%. And that's it. 3% is where the story is ended. Are they they're gonna run right across the map and try and end it right real quick? Greymane has left the game? Was that a rage quit?
Red team's core is under attack.
Yeah, this should be it. With 20 seconds to go, there's no way this survives for 20 seconds. And we do have, despite an amazing attempt at frankly, a amazing comeback, we do have Tactical Feed winning game 1 by the skin of their teeth. I was so excited to be like, oh yeah, Braxis, this map snowballs so hard. But then that happened. So with that, we'll go ahead and in game number 1, looking at things in terms of healing, Stukov putting himself on the map, 150,000 healing on the side of Skullskeeto. On Faldroth, We do go ahead and have 114,000 damage, 94,000 coming out of the Vala, Greymane coming with and Kel'Thuzad also 58,000 apiece. I usually only go through top three, but in this case, top three is actually top four. There is 100 or 205 damage between them. Looking at experience, we do have Saint Terminator. Despite the fact going down to fight very, very often, still outsoaking the Diva by a bit, 19,000 compared to 18,000. Well played all. Here are those talents if you want to hate them. If you want to tell Crazy Devil his build is terrible, please don't be nice. I will be very upset if you are mean to my wonderful players. But we'll go ahead and get ready for game number 2. Look forward to it, and I will be right back. I should mention, by the way, if you are in there and you are trying to type and it won't let you type and it says you have to verify your account, but you're not super keen on giving Twitch your cell phone number because they kinda don't handle secure data super well. Um, if you go ahead and like follow the channel in 24 hours, you'll be able to talk normally. Unfortunately, I have been the victim of hate rage in the past, so I have to be a little bit more controlling over who's allowed to talk. I apologize, but all you gotta do is follow, and the next time you'll be able to talk, and you won't run into that problem again. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2, Tactical Feed versus Mallow Oats. Yes, hi, Kitty. I know the real reason you guys come here. You just come to see the cat. All right. We're going to have a ban on Varian and a new Barak this time. No ban on Anduin. Ektar, I totally will. Like, I will burn all of the board members. All right, we do have Junkrat and Tychus. So some respect, some non-respect. Varian and Tychus being banned out because of the map or because of scouting, but Junkrat and Anubrak being banned because of the previous game. We do have, oh, Materium is being on the Stook. The Devin Stook.
I shall do what I must.
Guys, slow down. I have to be able to type this in. Wow. Imperious by Saint Terminator. Hello, hello. I love to see it. And then Skullskeeto is on the... Skullskeeto wasn't in our previous game. Nope, they were. Never mind, I'm dumb.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Make way for the bad guy.
All right, Broomboy gets on the May. Is tired of being harassed about their garage. Thanks a lot. They're very, very self-conscious about it. We also do go and have the Zul'jin being picked up by Solidity. Moving from Vala over to a different auto-attacker. Interestingly, an auto-attacker was banned last time. Interesting. I like the ban on the Gaul rather than Show. I think that's a decision. That's a stylistic choice. Not quite as Chad is banning both Show and Gaul.
Every death comes tremble before me.
All right, we do go ahead and have the Diablo. And after the Gaul was cruelly taken away. And then Hanzo and Pie Maker. Making pies made of arrows. Dahaka once again from Whereabouts, but Faldroth actually goes from Junkrat over to Mephisto. So we're going from Kael'thas. A lot of just like the weird and more interesting mages coming out this
One-man wrecking crew.
and then the one-man wrecking crew comes out from Crafty. Interesting. Very unexpected. So granted, Gazlo can get infinite turrets if you leave him on the point for too long. And that's just terrifying. Well, we are into the game. Let me go ahead and get into there. Pick your team, pick your points, put your money where your mouth is, and I will see you on the other side. I forgot again. the wrong one. Bye. Bye. So this time I was not the slowest one to load. That's what always happens. Like the first one takes forever, but then once it loads once, it's fine. I should probably actually start like loading a replay before the game starts, just to avoid that happening. And you cowards didn't even vote. You know what? I'm putting it back up. Surely someone out there wants to like support their team. I didn't even set anything up yet. I guess people just missed it the first time. So, Saint Terminator's not in the game.
Ourselves for battle here.
Okay, there we go. Never mind. No, we don't actually have to like panic just yet. Not just yet. So we'll go ahead and introduce the teams and get right on into it.
A hero has left the battle.
We do go and have Broom Boy playing that May. Solidity is on the Zul'jin. Feldroth is on the Mephisto. Materium is playing Stukov. And then Whereabouts once again on Diva.
10 seconds.
On the other side of the battlefield, we have a pause. Come out here so that no one can actually like peep on us while we pause. So, hi guys. I wasn't expecting to be back on camera this quickly. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back, mortal.
All right. And we do go and have Crafty Devil playing that Imperious. Saint Terminator is on the Gazlow. Dirk playing the Diablo. Solskito is playing Alexstrasza. And Pie Maker coming out here with the Hanzo. Give me a sec. I want to say it was like a white-haired Tyrande for a second because there's just too many characters with bows in this game. We get challenge so far. We do have Imperious with the offlane talent. He burned the Imperial. Gaslow going up north. We do have Imperious as well. Pung versus Spear action. Let's go. Okay, Crafty, that was a bit of an extreme. Like, there's, you thought this was a Dahaka like fully stacked 20 minutes in the game. There's no way to get over that there so quickly.
Blue team draws
However, there was a fight. I pay attention, don't know what you're talking about. Diablo does go down to the Stuka. Alright, Crafty Devil does back out just a bit. Just a little bit. Here comes the camp pickup from both sides. Pie Maker and Solskito getting this one. On the other side, we do have Zul'jin, Faldroth, and Materium. Solidity, if I want to use the actual name. People will be like, how come you said the person name except for Solidity? Do you hate Solidity? Because people will gossip about everything. Alright, it does look like a very, very quick shaman camp coming out of the side of Tactical Feed. No answering camp just yet. Instead, they've actually moved down to the bottom lane to go ahead and pick up this Kashra camp. This Impaler camp, if you will. Because some people get really confused when I use the term Kashra. They're like, what's that?
The shrine will be active soon. Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
So we do go and have the Arcane Shrine coming up in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, there is that Shaman camp up top. Saint Terminator trying to deal with this. He's having a bit of a... Actually, not too hard a time. It looks like whereabouts is going to go in the Hearth back. But we'll be coming in on this point in just a second. Probably right here, actually. I'm on the wrong draft screen. How did that happen? Thank you, because I had not glanced over there in a while. Then I glanced over and I'm like, the ironic thing is first I said, how come the trailer banner is up there? And I'm like, wait, why am I up there? Super professional production, you guys. Alright, we do have the first real kill coming out. First kill of this engagement. There is a answering one onto the... But there's a lot of very low health bars on the side of Mallow Oats. Whereabouts wants this and will get it. We do have Extras going down. We do have Diablo going down, Hanzo going down. And looks like Imperius is the next target to go ahead and get licked. Saint Terminator comes in, tries to help. It does not pay with his life. The Arcane Penetrator is in the bottom lane. Like, oh, guys? I'm helping. So we have Tactical Feed taking the first floor of the game, taking the early momentum, but don't forget they had it last time and almost lost the whole kabang. Speaking of kabang, it looks like Crafty Devil is about to get kabanged on. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that in the cast, but you know what? I'll get yelled at later if not. we're kind of moving through. Sorry, I was thinking about candles. I get distracted super easily. You guys probably know this about me by now. It definitely feels like the tactical feed is just kind of running away with the early game. They have level 10s. They are looking for a fight. They have gone ahead and picked up Durance of Hate, Blinding Swipe, Ice Wall, Testigo, and Isolation. He's just moving right around the map. The second shrine isn't even up, and they're already threatened the third fort of the game. So a lot of attention play. They do have level 10s on the other side. We are going to see Life Fighter, Wrath the Anguis, Grapple Bomb, Dragon's Arrow, and Apocalypse. There's Apocalypse, speaking of which, there's the Grapple Bomb coming in. A lot of damage coming in. May goes in and has to use her D in order to make sure that nothing happens. There is an abduction happened from Imperius saying, hey, tongue this, buddy. Baldroth does just kind of just walk out, though, so I guess they tongued that, buddy.
Claim it in my name. Glad someone benefits from my suffering.
All right. To go and have the Shaman Camp picked up. We want to be pushing through that last remaining keep. Shrine is up and currently being collected by Tactical Feed. They can't engage on this too much, but it looks like Zul'jin is in quite a bit of trouble. Unkill Zul, the Taznigo is popped in order to make sure they stay alive. Baldroth is in there, but we have a even fight happening. Up to 10. Full retreat occurred with Tactical Feed. They're going to go ahead and try and kite out their opponents, not try and engage because they know their opponents has to respond. But they have already half lost the objective. So okay, there's the re-engage. I was waiting for it. Nice boot back from the May. There is the freeze. The ice wall comes in. There is the gravel bomb. We do have a lot of damage on material. Material goes ahead and gets blasted. There was an abduction that just happened. 3 people right in the same area. We do have the kill onto Zul'jin, kill onto Dahaka. But that there is in the top lane. We do go ahead and have the Shaman Camp just pushing right through. They may go ahead and lose it. They have to get someone up there right now. The Interpreter actually parts back instead of... Oh, it's actually going to bottom lane. I see. Wish anything else coming through. But you're going to have John Cena just bouncing around. Double stun, but Bertram and Feldroth we're a little bit too eager to hug. Guys, COVID is out. Social distancing. Do not be hugging whenever there is a contagion nearby. And I'm guessing I'm calling the Punisher a contagion. Just, go with it. It's okay. So with that, we took away everyone kind of moving up into the middle area. The top fort did indeed go down. They were not able to save that. So gradual catapult pressure mounting in every single lane against Mallow Oats. But, of course, that fight showed them some legs, showed them able to start pushing into it one more time. So the third objective will be bottom lane. It will be a mortar shrine. looks like there's some action happening here. Durkin goes in and hits them. They're trying to get onto St. Terminator. Nice wall in order to block the Gazlowe off. There's a big counter engage. The gravel comes in. There is a apocalypse. Room Boy in the middle of a lot of danger, and May goes down. St. Terminator does have to fall back, but it is 5 versus 4. St. Terminator goes ahead and stands in that lovely bit. But there is the full retreat coming from the side of Tactical Feed. They don't want to donate any more than they already have. That's when we have to go ahead and pick up this lower Claustro camp just for a second. Go ahead and get that secured. So we still have, as we said, catapults in every single lane coming across towards the side of Mallow Oats. Level 16s have been picked up on the side of Tactical Feed. U1 Axe has not actually been stacked yet. They've done a good job of actually preventing that as much as they can. Very close, though. We also do have the Arcanite Axis up to 21. There's another abduction, but it looks like Imperius in a lot of damage. To go ahead and get caught. There is a great heal coming out from Alexstrasza. Dirk takes a lot of damage. It's going to go ahead and get pulled out and go down to 100. Did he actually survive? Okay, with I need a report on my desk as to how that actually happened. That is illegal. That is criminal. Okay. The timeline has been restored. The Bronze Dragonflight got involved with that. That is going to trigger a push in with Tactical Feed. Diablo is back, but obviously has no souls. Dahaka is not here, and neither is Gazlowe. Solidarity takes a lot of damage. We're looking for a spear right now. I think spear is still up. Does slightly miss on that one. Is looking for this angle on the Soul Jin back here. We do have to Hawk up back in the fight. Obviously cheating with Burrow. Going to get to Haka on the spear. Solidarity goes ahead and hits their damage. Oh, there's the NA arrow just going ahead and missing. I can't believe I call it NA arrow. I usually hate that. I apologize. I hate that meme. Plus, it was a very good arrow. It was expertly sidestepped. I guess what makes it an NA arrow is that it was expertly shot and expertly sidestepped. Very high level of play. But it does look like we're going to go ahead and have a Infernal Punisher coming out. Mortar, that's what it's called, a Mortar Punisher. Calling it an Infernal Punisher would be very confusing because it's Infernal Shrines.
Blue team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
Would it be sad if it was called the Immortal Punisher or the Infernal Punisher and it was the weakest of the three, even on his own map? Alright, everyone is back up. They're looking for a re-engage. Alright, announcer, that was actually a keep. Good job, though. Sorry about that. I had a itch in my ear and I had to deal with that. And it was clearly more important than actually moving the camera. Alright. Up 2 levels. Now, right now, the Mallow Oats want a fight. They want to try and get a fight before their opponents get 20. Get all the experience they can and be very aggressive on the map. Their opponents are actually hanging back even though they have a level lead because they do not want to risk losing someone right before 20. They may pick up 20 in just a second. They are getting the trickle experience from all 3 forts and 1 of the keeps. And we're back over here. And when no one can cheat. Looks like Mephisto went back to hell for just a second. Had to pay his hellacious cable bill. Jokes. I got jokes. So we're just waiting for the to come back in. While we look at that, every single time this is not quite placed correctly. So we do go and have looking at the stats so far. 11 kills to 6. Obvious advantage for tactical feed. In terms of damage, we do go and have Zul'jin leading the way once again. 51,000. Mephisto coming in second, and then Hanzo right behind them. We do go and have experience. Gaslow is slightly being at the Daka, 13,000 to 12,000. And then looking at the healing, Stukov is leading the way. Not quite as much support. Oh, and we're back at the game. We're back at the game. We're back at the game. Ah! Was not paying attention to chat. Boomboy goes in there. A nice ice wall, but doesn't catch anyone. Level 20s are online on the side of Tactical Feed. They do have Unspeakable Horror, Top Off, Flash Freeze, Force Medicine, and Apex Predator. Okay, fine, I'll go to this fight. I was having fun at the other one, though. This is a weird engage, down 20s, but they are going for it. And apparently it is working, because they did go ahead and get the Zul'jin. So they are on the cusp of level 20 at that point. That actually gave them a lot of potential. If they could actually caught another fight, I was looking and I was like, okay, Hanzo arrow, but Hanzo was apparently used, I guess, to kill the Zul'jin. Sorry for actually missing that kill. I just knew that there would not be a 4-on-4 engage down 20s, but color me incorrect. We do go and have Ritual of Life, Impervious, Bomb Toss, Play of the Game, and Hellgate coming out of the other team. Nice double stun in the Inferno. Follow up by the arrow, but no actual follow-up damage. Silence having on Durka. Durka does go Durka down. Alexstrasza, caught, wall banged in a terrible position. There is a gravel bomb. Great life finder in order to keep them alive. Zul'jin is staying alive by the skin of his ultimate ability, but does go down. Alexstrasza also goes down. There is a lot of prickle damage coming out. Gasol right in the middle of a lot of enemy teams is not going to be able to go out. Yes, enemy teams. There's actually 3 teams in the match, and they're all killing Gaslow. Whereabouts is leading the charge. They are down Zul'jin. That's a lot of their damage, but they also only have Hanzo defending for another 20 seconds. 30 for most of the enemy team. Just use the ult just to like zone out the Hanzo. Down to 60%. 5 seconds till Diablo. Down to 50%. Diablo almost has his ult back. He's going to use that. Secure the kill on the Mei. Whereabouts very low. Kill on whereabouts. Kill on Stukov. Almost a reverse of what happened last time. 4% instead of 3%. Totally different. But this time they can't just run across the map and win. Deja vu. Darn it, I was trying to cheat and load up Deja Vu, but that's going to be very awkward the way that's going. So never mind. What's DMCA? We do have Gaslow back home, making sure there's nothing sneaky. And we do have Imperius going up top in order to clear the shrine. Because we all know that Imperius has great shrine clear.
Ice wall coming up.
Alright, they're up to 27. Dahaka and Gaslow are not in the fight yet. All ults are up except for May's Ice Wall. Very, very tense. They have to be ready to go back at any time. Then, like, because Dahaka is disappearing and the core is only at effectively 54%. The shields have regenerated. But yep, Dahaka is moving down there. Without Dahaka, big engage happening. But again, they're very good at getting stuns, but not the follow-up damage. Dahaka did come back in order to help out the team. So no direct threat to the core, although there are catapults kind of approaching from that direction. Fort is down. They're looking. There is a tongue hitting Turkatur. Turkatur goes in and gets back out. But we do have a kill onto Mephisto. First kill of the game, or first kill of the battle. Second one onto May. Is this actually it? Is this the reversal? Are we going to have game number 1 all over again? But this time with Mallow Oats taking the victory, it is entirely possible. They are on core. They are knocking it down. It is down to 80%. It is down to 70%. GG is called by Feldroth. And indeed, I agree. We have catapults on core. We have Dahaka on core, but we have a dead core on the side of Tactical Feed, and we have Mallow Oats taking the game and bring us to a game number 3. I'm just going to say on Towers of Doom because that's always the game 3, but I don't know yet. I forgot how to laugh halfway through that. That's a problem. Whoopsie. So with that said, we do go ahead and have looking at the in stats. We kind of already went over them. Hanzo did come up and overtake Mephisto in terms of damage. Healing, oh my goodness. That's some even gosh dang numbers. And then Gaslow and Dahaka, very, very even and soaked still. That one didn't really change. Here's talents. Love them, hate them, groove them, bake them. I don't know. But regardless, I will go ahead and see you for game number 3. Don't go anywhere because I will be, after these messages, I'll be right back.
industries.
Hey guys, I'm on the draft screen and I'm actually supposed to be. It's amazing. So we are here on wait, let me get the voice right. And Veskaya Industries. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and have the first ban and first pick once again inside of Tactical Feed. Mallow Oats, no? Mallow Oats has to pick every single map this time around. So this is done the same, but I kind of figured out how you need to win the video game. To win the video game, make your opponent attack core. So same bans as last game, Variant and a Nubarak so far. It's interesting, very same bands, but then they're kind of stuck on the third band. You have 3 seconds to figure it out. Can you do it, guys? I believe in you. Volskaya is kind of it's an interesting band, especially in lower divisions or an interesting map because it's not in Storm League anymore, so people are kind of falling out of practice on it. You get rid of the Stukov and still the Tychus, so the Stukov the only difference this time around. No first pick on the Stukov for Materium. We do go to have Faldroth once again, coming out, swinging with the Junkrat. We do have interesting Leoric first pick on Saint Terminator, and then Alex Strauss is still being the pick for Solskito. I wonder what Leoric's astrological sign is, and by God, it better be the Leo. I'm a Scorpio, if you were wondering. That means the tarot card that radiates with me is... And then Johanna is being picked up by Broom Boy. So we do have the offlaner most likely picked up by Saint Terminator. Although actually Durka Dirk is oftentimes their offlaner, so maybe not. That could be a bait. You get Chromie being taken out of here. They've already taken their healer and maybe their tank. Who do you ban here on the side of Tactical Feed? Elio kind of throws a big old wrench into things. Then you get rid of the Gull one more time. Anytime that Astroza comes up, they're afraid of the Gull because they hate fun. Interesting, Malby. You know what tarot card that puts you with? Because actually, I know way more about the tarot than I do about astrology. Diablo once again back for Durka. I don't know why I thought he was the offlaner. I'm smart. And then we do have Pie Maker once again on the Hanzo. Will we have Crafty once again on the Gazlo? That is the question. Solidity is coming in with the Vala one more time. And then Sonya's coming out for Whereabouts. What's interesting about the Sonya is that Sonya has a rough matchup in Leo. Like, you can overpower him eventually, but the problem that you have is that he's healing from you and also from either his, like, whatever his level 1 is, tends to outdo your healing, so he has better sustain until you stack up. And once you stack up, if he actually takes the attack quest, he just starts melting you. Obviously, that means he's less effective in team fights, but, you know, some things happen. No Crafty Devil, not in the Gazlo. So you guys know what this means. Looking at things, more of a defensive comp coming out of the side of Tactical. Diablo going to be much more aggressive. I'm going to say Mallow Oats, but you know what? This game, that probably means Tactical Feed wins at the last second. Regardless, see you in game, guys. Look forward to it. Almost got it. So here's the fun load game again. Although it looks like this time we are speed running this load sequence. Don't have time. It is late in the night. We want to be done with this. So we do go ahead and have a zoning in on the side of the blue tactical feed. Winners of game number 1, barely. Losers of game number 2, barely. Trying to go ahead and close this out at the end of the 3-game series. We do have the Tenacious Terminators. Broomboy on the Johanna. Solidity is on that Vala. Faldroth is on Junkrat. Materium is on Anduin. And Whereabouts is playing Sonya. On the other side of the battlefield, representing the Maleficarum of Melange? I don't know. Crafty Devil is playing Li Ming. Pie Maker on the Hanzo. Solskito is on Alstraza. Saint Terminator on Leoric. And then Diablo being played by Durka Durk. So looking at level 1 talents, we do go ahead and have Puncturing Arrow not going for the stacking quest this time around. They do have Laws of Hope being picked up by the Johanna. Very, very standard level 1. They do take the Q build, or the Q talent at least, on Leoric at level 1. Obviously expected to be in a decent number of team fights because that is a lot less healing for your money, except fighting on the point. Spirit already coming down here and aggressing upon Whereabouts. Hanzo is looking at target practice just so far. For those of you in the know, keeping up with the everything. This looks like camps being picked up on both sides. Aldroth and Radium over here taking this one. It looks like Pie Maker and Solskito went ahead and got that one. Even trade off so far. Crafty Devil goes in and gets back. Nice bit of damage, but there is a like smack right into Solidarity's face. Leoric being left alone here in bottom lane, not able to heal up. Did not take either of the talents to let him heal other than hitting heroes. It's always where this talent feels kind of bad. Although when you're not being, like, you don't really take damage when no one's attacking you. Level 4 is picked up, goes ahead and gets Ghostly Reach. So going ahead and guaranteeing more impact.
We've redesigned our three-glove protectors for combat in the Nexus. Prepare to begin field testing.
Point is coming online and looking fine. Looks like the paper airplane camps will be picked up by both teams right now. I'm sorry, Sparhawk called the paper airplane camps. I've never been able to forget.
Three-glove terminal online. Take control of it to pilot the mech.
The hunter lays a trap for his prey.
We do go ahead and have the Triumvirate build. So obviously Li Ming will be able to cast those a lot. Level 7 already picked up on the side of Mallow Oats, but this is now being picked up on the side of Tactical Fiend. Up to 71%. Diablo kind of rooted, and actually rooted in range of the turret. Not the turret, the cannon. What are the names of these things? They actually... Okay, cannon tower. I was right. now starting to be picked up by Mallow Oats.
Hunter lays a trap.
All right, here comes this. Darker goes in and moves back. Is getting a lot of damage, and we do go and have actually the. I'm sorry. I actually it looked like Saint Terminator was standing on the point. I'm not sure why the protector actually dropped down there, but the protector didn't drop down. Saint Terminator is being very very low. He's going to spooky walk back. Is going to survive.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
But they actually do not get the Moonwell with the protector.
Engineers have made good progress with them.
They call it a healing fountain. I was hoping to have some ammunition for my argument with Ektar. Not really an argument. So I'm getting a little bit tired. We do go ahead and have Dirk and Solskito and Crafty Devil going back and forth. They are aggressing upon this, looking at it. And there is another pause. Guys? I mean, it's okay. You get 3 pauses a game. You can use them. Can you guess who? It's a mystery. So now now it's getting to that point in the broadcast where I just have fun. So we're gonna switch over to this. Because you all know you've really wanted to see an anime girl cast a Heroes of Storm match. Looking at that stats so far, we do go ahead and have in terms of healing, Alexstrasza right now out healing Anduin by quite a bit. Although I was gonna say I bet we'll go over here and a lot more damage coming out of the Vala than the Sonya. 17,000 to 11,000. Sonya coming in third with 9,000, just piling into that Leoric. Looking at the experience, Sonya and Junkrat doing a great job in terms of soaks, 58,000 and 53,000 apiece. We do have 47,000. Looking over our talents. Belts of Hope currently it has 17 stacks. Obviously, every 10 regeneration globes increase the heal amount by 5%. So up to one of them, almost up to 2%. You're going to have the puncturing arrow coming out, up to 18 stacks so far. So 18 times 6. Oh my gosh, math on stream. Am I really doing this? That is 108 extra damage on the initial Q. Target practice up to level 2. I wish you would tell us who they were actually getting. 73 souls over for Diablo. We do have Piercing Light being picked for level 4 on Anduin. Looking at the overall stat. Okay, looks like we are ready. All right, and we are finished with that pause. We are up to level 10, being secured by Tactical Feed. They definitely did not have the level disadvantage that we saw earlier in the game. They have caught up. We do have Junkrat taking the Riptire. Light Bomb coming out of that there, Anduin. Blessed Shield on the Johanna. Ring of Vengeance coming out of Vala. And the Leap on that there, Sonya. I don't know why I'm saying that there. You can kind of hear my southern accent coming out that there. We do go to have Apocalypse coming out of Diablo, Dragon's Arrow on the Hanzo, Entomb on that there Leoric, Wave of Force on the Li Ming, and then Lifebinder on the Alexstrasza. Oh, nice, nice, nice. It looked like a little bit of a missed teleport because they ended up going slightly to the side. That may have actually also been a charge in, although I don't know who to charge them because Diablo's on their team. That's actually first blood at 6 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. But it is a first blood. Li Ming is already back well before the objective even begins to spawn. And that Junkrat just doing such damage to the structures. Hello, Basunas. You tuned into a pause, and I'm trying to fill the space with whatever I can. So we're down here continuing to get experience. We do have the next protector up in the top lane because this map does not vary that. It's going to be a middle, top, bottom, and then it just repeats.
I'm starting up an egg system.
Mortal Wombat! So Access Purple is coming up. We do have Leoric moving up top in order to be there. He's trying to do it somewhat stealthily. It looks like they're trying to come through the wall and catch someone, but a very, very wise back away before Leoric can arrive. Obviously, the Entomb has a lot of potential. The enemy team, especially the Vala and the Anduin, don't really have a way to get out. Leap can get the Sonya out. They just take Blessed Shield, so Johanna actually can't get out. And actually, now I look at it, neither can the Junkrat, although the Anduin can pull people out of it, so... And it was kind of a high priority target. It does look like the Orc went back bottom in order to try and get them 13, and it did indeed do so. Now Sonya is seen in middle, so the rest of Mallow Oats is aware they can engage into this. Sonya's heading up at the moment. Up to 78%. If they're going to go, they need to go right now. Interminator is on the point, as is Durgadurk. There's a nice combo, and we do go in at the Anduin. Anduin was the priority target, exactly like we expected. A lot of damage on Solidarity. We do have Dragon Form out. Dragon Form is just breathing fire. We do have a flip over happening on Whereabouts. Whereabouts is going to go down, but as is the Leoric. The Durgadurk is very, very low, but Vala is actually the one that goes down. Room Boy is just being hammered by this turret, trying to get out, but there's a great bit of body blocking, and we do go in at a 4-4-1. Leoric, the only one that died, and we do go ahead and have most likely a protector, although I don't know. They're only going to get it channeled to about 60% before Johanna is back alive. DK up to 99%, but Johanna is on her way back up, as is Sonya. We're only up to 60%, as I said. So they're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to work their magic one more time. However, Entomb is already off of cooldown, and we're only 10 seconds away from Apocalypse. Apocalypse is now available. Whereabouts is right in the middle. There is a great lead, and Li Ming goes down. Apocalypse is used. We do have Anduin getting caught, but there is unstoppable landing. And again, they... Oh, okay, that's not them. They get the protector. I thought that was a blue protector. I'm like, they weren't even on the point? What is going on here?
Has taken control of a protector.
So not the. I mean, they did go in and stop the protector from going to their opponent. They ended up being pushed back off of the point.
Hero slain.
And we do have Diablo getting displaced by the Junkrat and absolutely just deleted. Souls reset is going to be already back into the fight, but it's going to be a super, super squishy until they can rebuild their soul reservoir. They do go ahead and keep all of their keeps up, but they did lose the top healing fountain.
Stop me if you never run me home.
All right, looking at the Leoric, they did go ahead and take the drain momentum, so he can move faster. Entomb did actually go the auto attack build, so it's not going spooky walk. A bit surprising, but I guess actually they consider. I don't really know. Like I feel like spooky walk would be great in reducing Junkrat and Vala's damage.
Oh, that's a good spot.
On the other side, we do have Toughest Nails, Side Shattered Ground, Spear, No Escape, and Giant Slammer. Giant Slammer, really? I don't really see people taking that all that often anymore. York looking in. Did not go for an Entomb, though. Again, could not get to the Anduin. And that's the thing. As long as Anduin is nearby, unless they just use their Leap of Faith, then the Entomb kind of becomes pointless unless you can get two people. All right, there is the engage onto the Sonya. Leap of Faith comes out.
A new dominant.
But that does mean that Leap of Faith is not available. So here comes Saint Terminator in from the side. Baldroth comes in. There's an Entomb. Entomb does not actually do anything. It just serves to prevent engage for just a second. Up to 46 stacks on the Leo talent, but there goes Vala as well. That is a 2-for-0 in favor, and we're up to 6 kills to 4 in favor of Mallow Oats at the moment.
Access terminal online. Secure it to activate the protector.
All right, Leo up here. They need to be very careful with the Leo here because the thing is that the Spooky Walk, I think, would help in team fights. But if you ever engage upon a Leo by yourself, he does so much damage with the Mithril Mace. It's frankly kind of ridiculous. All right, we are up to 67%. Vala is not quite here yet. They're up to 75%. They are stopping. I think they're basically giving this protector up. They see their opponents have a healing camp. Yep, this protector is definitely going to the side of Mallow Oats at this point. They do have their level 20s, so we do go and have Ritual of Life coming out of the Alexstrasza, Play of the Game on the Hanzo, Hellgate for the Diablo, Repulsion on the Li Ming, and Leo doesn't know.
They can control
Can it
the
really,
protector.
can it possibly be something other than,
Red team has destroyed
well,
the
actually,
form.
considering how much they have to get the Anduin, and the Anduin does take Censure, so does not take the second pull. That may be what they were waiting on to find out if Anduin would take the second pull. All right, the bottom fort is gone. Surprisingly enough, that is... Okay, no, it's not the first fort of the game. The middle one did go down eventually. All right, I'm really, really waiting for this Leo to actually pick their level 20. I'm sorry. I just keep looking down there and looking down there and looking down there. A lot of aggression coming in. They're trying to go ahead and find a way to push into their opponent's structures. They haven't quite gotten there just yet. But there's immediately the pull. Thing is, though, that Leo can play, like, aggressive with this because the pull has a 90-second cooldown and that has a 45-second cooldown. 50-second? Okay, close. Oh my god, Leo, pick your talent? He does finally take, and I really think what he was waiting on is to find out if the Anduin would take the second censure. Because right now, the Anduin pull. Oh, it's a 70-second cooldown. Never mind. So that's interesting. I was thinking it was way, way, way different than that. So there's only about a 10-second window to get a Entomb before the Anduin pull is up again. Though granted, you can go ahead and do a engage, force it, and then do it again. All right, 2 people get caught by that. Junkrat actually has it available. Maybe 3 people were then because it's already back up. Definitely the kind of thing that they're looking for right now. So we do go ahead and have a lot of toys being picked up on the map. Currently, they have 3 turrets and a healing camp. Sorry, biotic emitter. It emits biomes.
A protector is almost ready. Access its terminal when I bring it online.
So typically it is the third protector wins games, but the bottom lane has been kind of prepped for an invasion on the side by Mallow Oats, and by contrast, the middle lane is kind of closer to push through on the side of Tactical Feed.
Terminal activated. Take control of it.
All right, because everyone's kind of moving through. There's a rune in the Dahaka, or the Diablo, is going to be pushed back out of the way. Boomboy takes a lot of damage from those auto attack swings. No engage actually comes out of that, but we do go ahead and break their hold and are channeling it on the side of Mallow Oats at this point. All right, Diablo up front. They're looking for various flanks, looking at different angles of engagement. They have used the healing camp on the side of Mallow Oats, but they still have at least 3 of their turrets. No items on the other side just yet. All right, there go 2 of the turrets down. Crafty Devil has not dropped theirs just yet. Up to 90%. And there is the pullout. That does mean that it's for the next 90 seconds, or the next 70 seconds, the Silencing Entomb is going to be available. However, maybe not so much because the Orc got into the
Blue team has
Volskaya.
taken control of a protector. Red team has destroyed the fort.
They're going to go straight in. Solidarity is looking at, or Solidity is looking at going ahead and hitting this. Protector is in there. The rest of the team is playing defensive. They do realize they could be fighting 5 versus 3 because the Protector's not really helping them. But already the shields are down. There is the Light Bomb landing on Whereabouts. Nice two-person Apocalypse landing on Faldroth. And protection goes down. We're at 1%. And there goes the core. We do have game number 3 going the side of Mallow Oats. And they do indeed take the series and move up in the rankings right before playoffs. Let me go ahead and see if I can get ourselves a interview set up. One moment, guys. I was in the coin toss room the whole time. Go me. All right. Go ahead and start going over to the screen and get ready for this. It looks like we may have an interview. Or maybe not. Regardless, looking at the stats at the end of the game, we do go ahead and have in terms of healing. Alex Straza running away with healing that map, doing 106,000 healing over the course of the game. Do go ahead and have Vala leading the way in damage, followed up by Junkrat. Li Ming coming in third with 55,000. And then experience contribution being 23,000 from the side of Sonya, 21,000 on Leoric. Offlaners leading the way in Soak to the surprise of no one. All right, it does look like we got Shane coming in. Fantastic. All right, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
So I'm joined by Dershane Train. You will have to help me. I don't know what your name is in game.
I am the solo laner, ST Terminator.
Oh, good. Is that Saint Terminator or is it ST? Because I did not know the entire time.
So I think Saint Terminator sounds a lot better. I'll be honest though, it was just ST Terminator. It's very uncreative. It's my initials.
Oh, so does that mean Dershane Train? The Shane is actually correct? We have learned
The
things
Shane
today.
is correct. My name is Shane. That is correct.
So, first of all, congratulations. Very much so. Very, very, very stomach clenchy series. I kind of feel like that the end result is the same, but game 1 and game 2 should have flipped who actually won them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy. I mean, so we have tactical feed sort of as the number one team right now because I know they're in second right now on the website, but they have 2 games in hand on first, and so we are like, this is a really really good team, and we didn't even we were like we need to get 1 point out of this series. That was our initial goal coming in, was like we just need to get 1 point. So the fact that we somehow pulled off a 2-1 is honestly amazing, and the games were super close. They played really well.
Oh no, incredibly close. Like it was one of those things. I was actually low key mad when Game 3 was on Volskaya. I'm like, this is a series that should finish out on towers. Don't you understand the meta?
Okay, I see what you're saying, but you know what? Our theory was, Volskaya is conducive to team fights, and have you seen how crazy these team fights have been? We want to have fireworks going off here.
Well, okay, fair enough. I do have one question from chat, and it's slightly annoying because I was completely prepared to ask it to the other team, but I'll still try and retrofit it to you guys. So, were you actually trying to go with Cho'Gall, and then your opponents are just the anti-fun police?
Okay, hear me out. Unpopular opinion: Cho'Gall isn't necessarily fun. Just throwing that out there. What I will say is that over the course of the season, we have slowly been adding a lot of different things to our arsenal. and that is definitely something that we can pull out if the situation calls for it. But it's not something that we're necessarily gunning for. We're not going to just force something random. We have a lot of different things that we've been looking to pivot into, and you know we and the funny thing is, and this is going to sound weird, actually in game 3 we had no intention of taking Cho'Gall, but we tried to set up the ban phase and the pick phase to make it look like we would, just to burn a Cho'Gall ban in the third ban.
All right, it makes it as soon as it's actually funny because right you set it up perfectly because the chat was like, "Oh, this is so obviously Joe Gall," and then Gall got banned, and I was just like, "I wanted to cast Joe Gall."
You might have wanted to cast Cho'Gall, but I can guarantee Tactical Feed did not want to play against Cho'Gall. Nobody wants to.
So, looking okay, let's go back real quick to Barax's Holdout. Um, Barax's Holdout, obviously the first game of the series. The one that went kind of crazy. I think my favorite moments of the entire map. First of all, so you were Dahaka in the first 2 games, I believe.
In the first game. The second game, I think they had Dahaka.
Oh, darn it. Okay, but I was still right with the first game. So it's kind of interesting because usually on Brax's Holdout, I always see like Falstad being taken so that the solo lane can be unbalanced real quick, get a quick kill, and then go back. What's sort of your thought process on being like, no, we're going to have the top lane be abandoned in order to make the 4-man engagement that much more scary?
So that was actually a big point of discussion that we had as a team, because I think I picked in the third and fourth slots in that game, and it was a big discussion with the team. I said, I can pick something that's strong in the 1v1 and try and just, go for the point control. But I also brought up, if we want to just like all in on the bottom side, I can go to Haka. I may not necessarily win the point the whole time, but it brings a lot. I mean, that global pressure is just very strong. Maybe we can snowball a couple kills and try and get away with the game. I don't think it really went as well as we had hoped for, but we did end up coming to that conclusion whenever we went and picked the Dahaka there.
All right. It was so funny because I spent the entire draft like leading up to it. I'm like, yeah, Falstad's really big on this map because of the global. I'm like, okay, that's not the global I was talking about.
Yeah, instead of bringing the global to the solo lane just dipped out and came down bottom.
And actually, speaking of which, because you're right, in game 2 they had Dahaka and you went Imperius instead. So, Battle of Spears versus Tongues is, I guess, what we had.
Well, so I was actually on the Gazelle. I picked the Imperius in the draft, but I traded with Crafty Devil, and I took the Gazelle. We ran Imperius in the 4-man, which is quite the mix-up. It's something that we've actually practiced a little bit, is just running like a bruiser instead of a damage dealer in the 4-man. And Imperius, I think, is a very strong bruiser to have in the 4-man. He brings a lot of engage potential, as well as, he actually does a surprising amount of damage for a bruiser. So it ended up, I think, slotting in pretty well. It took us a little bit to really get things rolling, but when we did get it rolling, I think we really flipped the switch.
Oh no, 100%. So I do have to ask, based on that, were you planning on trading the entire time? Was that just a misdirection? Or were you planning on offlaning with Imperius and then their draft made you change your mind?
I don't want to give away too much, but what I will say is there was a lot of discussion about who was going to play Imperius, and it was more than one person, um, and it was a number less than 5. But we'll leave it at that. There was a lot of discussion where Imperius was going to end up. We were actually kind of using him as a little bit of a flex pick.
All right. Certainly fair enough. It actually happens on my own team as well, where we'll lock Sonya with the intention of a bunch of people will possibly play Sonya.
And that's the funny thing is, I think especially right now, I think that the bruiser compositions can be very strong, and sometimes taking a solo laner early can flex into the 4-man if you see a particularly good matchup in the solo lane or something like that. And I think Sonya is another one that is really good that you can flex around and find some value.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. Obviously, or we wouldn't do it. Um, then moving into game number 3, big question I have because I was surprised to see it. What made you decide to go the Mithril Mace build instead of, because with the amount of damage that they had built into their Vala and their Junkrat, I was 100% expecting Spooky Walk, and then I didn't see it.
So spooky walk is an option. The problem with the spooky thing is I don't know how much value it's going to get because a lot of times I'm our dedicated trap burner. Because I have an unstoppable, I can safely take the Junkrat traps and use my unstoppable to avoid getting punished by taking the traps. So there were a lot of times where moving into points and stuff like that, I was actually burning my E preemptively to get rid of the Junkrat traps and get us into the objectives. And so if I burn my E, I don't have it for whenever the fight breaks out to try and lower the damage of the backline. Also, I was finding, at least in the early and mid game, there was a lot of time on the objectives where I was pretty up close and personal with the Joanna, and she was. I wasn't being blinded very much. I think she was correctly trying to blind some of the other people. And so, because I was in just such close proximity to the Sonya and the Joanna, I think I actually got some decent value just from the healing, especially in that last team fight. I think I got some really good value from it.
Oh, certainly agree. It's just not what I was expecting. And I'm always trying to pick the brains of people that are better than me.
Listen, I wouldn't say that. Trust me, I'm a bronze at heart. I I don't know how I ended up in Div A. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
So, last question. Um, I always ask this at the end of interviews. Where does the name Mallow Oats come from?
Okay, so uh, it is a disc. I'm going to try and get this right. My team's all going to yell at me if I get this wrong. I believe it's a discontinued Canadian cereal. Um, and why it is our team name, that I cannot answer. But it is. It does always make everyone. That's the number one question everyone has. As soon as they see that, they're like, "You have to tell us what is Mallow Oats." And I do sort of love that it's almost kind of like a niche thing among our team that, like, only we really know about. And I will say also, it's great because having a cereal as our team name means that we have possibly the greatest team logo. Shout outs to Solskito, by the way. He is so fantastic at doing like editing and stuff like that. So he's done a wonderful job with that sort of stuff, and he's also quite the memer. We'll put it at that.
Well, that actually reminds me of a slight edge story here, but there's a StarCraft pro gamer named Nesty, and in Korea, your like actual screen name means nothing and no one cares about it. So he just had a can of Nestea on his desk when he made his account, and that's why he doesn't even like Nestea.
I mean, it's funny. Names come from everywhere. Like, everyone, like, it's the same thing with my name. Like, people are like, "Oh, does it mean like Sate Terminator?" And I'm just like, "No, it's not creative. I promise."
What? Those are the questions I had for you. Let me go ahead and toss it over to you for shoutouts that I'm sure you'd want and deserve to give.
I mean, first off, biggest shout out to the team. It's been a very up and down season. This was a really big game for us to play, and everybody absolutely showed up today. So, shout outs to everyone for playing their heart out today. It was like, I'm very impressed with how we performed today. Shout outs, of course, to Tactical Feed. Not only did they play absolutely fantastic and definitely scared us to death a few times during the series, but they're also a team that I tried out for before the beginning of the season, and there's some super nice people on that team. So definite shout outs to everyone on Tactical Feed. Shout outs to amateur opponents and protectors of ire. I come from amateur opponents, and I'm sure a few of them are chilling in the chat today. So shout outs to all of you for anyone who showed up and who roots for us and all of that fun stuff. And of course, shout outs to you for picking up this cast. It's always appreciated to see our games cast. And I really hope that we put on a good show for you and it was worth it.
Oh, absolutely. The only real complaint I have is that no one wiped on core in game 3. It's just completely ruined the narrative of the match.
Oh, we were ready to. We were ready to wipe on that core. If when we came out of that protector, we were ready to die on that core.
But I'll go ahead. That's all the questions I had. I'll go ahead and let you enjoy the after party. Looking forward to seeing you guys in playoffs. I might catch you, I might not, but I'll try.
Yeah, thank you so much, and It's really appreciated, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
You know it. And that is it for this cast. And there are no other NGS casts for me to take you to. So I'm actually going to go ahead and be super, super rude and get you over to one of my friends. She's playing Earthbound for the first time. I love Earthbound. And so I'm just going to be like, hey, you're in my stream. I'm using you to make myself look good. So there we go.